Now we will start with the fifth unit, that is growth and development in plants. In the previous unit, we understood the sexual reproduction method by which new plants can arise. As we all know that all plants are made up of specific tissues which is formed by the combination of cells, which together combine to form organ and thereby organ system. So can we consider that all these cells and tissues are associated with one another in particular structure or function? So in this unit we will understand that how these cells and tissues combine in different manner and give rise to different structures performing different functions, which occurs mainly due to growth and development process in plants. So let us first of all understand that what is actually growth or how growth can be defined. In general terms, growth can be considered as the successive development of an organism. In such a manner that there occurs an irreversible increase in size and weight of an organism. Now how can we understand growth? As we all know that due to metabolic activities that occur within the body, growth results. Metabolic activities includes both anabolic and catabolic activities. That is, both anabolic and catabolic activities occur simultaneously. As we all know that anabolism is considered as a synthetic process, that is, it helps in synthesizing various cells and tissues, while catabolism is considered as a degrading process. Which together combine to form metabolism. In body or in body of an organism or in plant, the anabolic and catabolic activities occur simultaneously and in a proper manner so that proper activity and functioning of an organism or plant occurs. Now, accordingly, if the anabolism rate is greater than the catabolism rate, then growth results. And the vice versa of it, that is, if the catabolism is greater than the anabolism, which occurs gradually with the increasing age, then degradation of the body occurs, thereby resulting into the death of an organism. Now, after understanding about what is growth, let us understand that how does growth occurs within the plants. The process of growth is mainly divided into three phases or stages. First is phase of cell division. Such a cell division occurs by the repeated multiplication of the meristematic tissue. Second phase involves phase of cell enlargement or cell elongation. And the third phase includes phase of cell maturation. Now let us understand these phases. In this figure describes the various regions of the root where different phases of the growth occurs. As it can be seen from the figure, the bottom portion, that is the growth region, is the phase of cell division. Following it comes the region of elongation where the cell enlargement produced due to cell division occurs. And the final and the third phase of growth is region of maturation where the enlarged cells undergo permanent maturation. Root crab region occurs in such a manner that it occurs as a protective covering to the meristematic tissues. Let us understand the first phase, that is phase of cell division. As said earlier, the division of cells, that is repeated multiplication of cells, occurs mainly in the meristematic tissues that is present within the shoot apex and root apex. Undergoes constant in an increasing manner of cell division, or you can say cell multiplication. As a result, repeatedly increasing number of cells are formed. Now, the meristematic region which is present containing meristematic cells contains a dense protoplasm containing a large nucleus within. And it is this nucleus which undergoes repeated cell division and forms a large number of cells. Thus, here the rate of metabolism, that is the metabolic rate within this region, occurs in the meristematic tissue in higher percentage value. That is, the metabolic rate in this region is greater and much higher than the other regions. Moreover, along with the protoplasm and nucleus, it also contains a thin cell wall which is generally made up of materials like cellulose. After the phase of cell division comes the second phase, that is phase of cell elongation which is also known as the phase of cell enlargement. As it can be seen from the figure, between the two regions, that is maturation and cell division region, there occurs region of elongation. In this region, the number of cells formed through the cell division increases in size. This means that in the first phase, the number of cells increases, while in the second phase, the volume or the size of the cell increases. This means that the number of cells formed through the cell division remains constant in this region, that is region of elongation, but only the size and the volume of the cell increases. The size of the growth wall is mainly responsible for such an increase. This fall is of cell wall, due to which the size of the vacuole which is present also increases. Following it comes the third phase of cell differentiation and maturation. That is, the cell differentiation process is also known as phase of cell maturation, which as said that is it is the final phase of the growth. In this phase, the size and the number of cells that is formed due to the previous regions remains constant. The number of cells formed due to first, that is cell division, and size due to second region of elongation that are formed remains constant. That is, there is no further division or elongation of the cells. Then what does the function of this is exactly? In this region, after the constant number and size of the cell, there occurs differentiation of the cell to form tissues. These tissues further helps in the development of organs and thereby organ systems within the shoots and roots. As a result, the maturation of the shoots and roots occur, and so it is known as phase of cell differentiation or maturation. Since differentiation of tissues occur through the cells, such a phase is also known as phase of cell differentiation. These three phases of growth, that is phase of cell division, second phase of cell elongation, and third phase of cell maturation, are individually or distinctly known as distinct regions. That is, each of the region which performs such function are individually known as distinct region. That is commonly known as distinct region. This entire phase or the process of growth of the cell entirely from the beginning, that is from cell division to maturation, can be defined as grand period of growth.